what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are here at the 2024 New York Auto Show still, and of course we had to show you the rest of what this new sub-brand from Genesis is bringing, and this is one of them. What is this? This is a 2025 Genesis G80 Magma Edition. But before we get into this sun-kissed orange, bright colored performance sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. It's interesting because the G80, this is the OG of the whole Genesis brand. Back in the early 2000s when Hyundai came out with the Genesis sedan and the Genesis coupe, that would eventually morph into a whole premium level brand with the G80. And then of course you have the G70, G90, and their plethora of crossover SUVs. But something that Genesis has been waiting to unveil is what is being known as their performance sub-brand, known as Magma, the Magma Editions. What I want to find out is though, is Genesis doing enough to the G80 to make it a competitor to the mighty BMW M5? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this performance sedan and find out. Now right off the bat, the color. I'm hoping that these colors are going to be production available because it really fits it perfectly, especially underneath the show lights at the Javits Center. Without a doubt, one of the easiest, most recognizable front ends is a Genesis. You have your dual headlight split setup, LED daytime running lamps, those projector beam headlights. Notice on this Magma Edition how you have the arrow built into that surround area. Really gives it a nice aggressive look with that extra flared fender. Working our way down, we have functional, not fake, functional corner vents for brake cooling and aerodynamic efficiency, wire mesh with the carbon fiber. Working our way across that low, wide grill area. It's interesting because a lot of other brands have tried big grills, and I think a lot of them have failed. Genesis, the grill just fits it. And on this particular one, having it all gloss black, that crisscross pattern, forward-facing camera, of course. You have that Genesis name badge that's becoming more and more present, where people are finally waking up that this is a true competitor to brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi. Along the bottom, same thing, that wire mesh. Love it the way it's got that concave finish to it. The carbon fiber functional venting, and how everything comes to a point. That's what I really, really like about the style. And then that carbon fiber front lip. Really wide, really aggressive. Now, another one of my favorite things is as we rise up, check out the heat extractors on the hood. Absolutely sexy, absolutely functional. Little bit of black around them to make them pop, but you'll notice the carbon fiber there. But get ready, this is just the start. We come around the bend, these wide flared out fenders. Look at our wheel and tire setup. So what you're gonna find on this G80 is gonna be 21-inch wheels. Love the satin gray Y-spoke finish, ginormous New York pizza size rotors, two-piece with the slotted rotors to help dissipate the heat. You have your 6-piston Brembo caliper with the Genesis name on it, and the tires up front are 255 on the width and 35 series sidewall, but definitely love the color with the rest of the body appointments. Now, as we come down the side of the vehicle, I'm gonna have Lori swing around. Those side marker lights, which is another design signifier of Genesis, are kind of sunken into that flared fender with the functional venting. And then along the bottom, that side skirt extension coming all the way out. And I love the way, I've never seen this before, where they bring the carbon fiber on the top. Normally the carbon fiber is along the bottom on some of the other brands, but bringing the carbon fiber along the top edge, like I said, it has a lot of different levels of design and appointments. Full carbon fiber on your side view mirrors. You got 360-degree cameras. Of course, we're gonna have our panoramic roof, and I love the way that they blacked out the whole roof. Painted the front, painted the rear, and then of course you have the glass in the center. I think the way that the car sits, it just has this purposeful design to it where you could see it moving even though it's not. All of those nice crisp lines flowing great into the rear fender, and how the rear fender extends out. When you look at the rear wheel tire setup, like I said, those 21-inch wheels, two 85s on the back, and then you can see that you still have slotted rotors to help dissipate heat, because it's not just about performance under the hood, but we're also talking about performance when it comes to braking. When we get to the rear of the vehicle, trunk lid spoiler, wonderful carbon fiber extension, really nicely done coming off that rear glass. And then love the way that Genesis does their lighting. Full LED lighting, that split level setup, the Genesis name across the back. And then another nice touch is gonna be the exhaust. Of course, sound so important to a performance sub-brand, but you'll notice that we have that custom exhaust, nice slash cut with the satin tips, carbon fiber diffuser, and I'm really digging the Formula One style lighting that they have in the center that will light up when you hit the brakes, but definitely one of those special kind of things. Let's see if we could get the doors open on this one and show you inside this G80 Magma Edition. All right, guys, like I said, we're getting special access by the folks at Genesis, and we're very appreciative of that. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I want a new performance sedan. I don't want a BMW. Everybody in my neighborhood has a BMW, but I am digging this G80 Magma Edition. Do they have a price yet? No official pricing yet, but expect them to really bring it like they've been bringing it over the past few years, being very competitive against those German Euro brands. Now, what's interesting is what you're gonna find underneath the hood is gonna be that twin turbo V6, larger turbos, larger intercoolers. We're talking about horsepower in that over 600 horsepower range in this thing. But let's take a look around and see if they got it right. To the door panels, absolutely love the use of Alcantara, the orange stitching, the carbon fiber, and the aluminum speaker grille cover up top for the tweeter and for your mid speaker there. That's that premium Lexicon sound system. You do have a door pocket large enough for a New York calzone. And then going from the door panel to the dash, you'll notice the orange stitching. That's going to be very consistent with the rest of the features. The carbon fiber all the way across. You have a ginormous 14.5-inch infotainment system screen that is production ready. The rest of this looks like it's production ready. You got your dual climate controls, heated seats, ventilated seats, carbon fiber spilled everywhere. We have our direct drive control knob for that 8-speed automatic, the leather, the orange stitching, and then my favorite part are the Recaros. Nice race style seat with the contrast stitching, the Alcantara, power assist for the passenger and the driver, and of course we have the orange seat belts which are worth an extra 5 horsepower. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind this very racy steering wheel in this G80 Magma Edition. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. Now, one thing to remember is that when we use the term Alcantara, that's actually not the name of the material. That's the name of the company that makes the material. It's sort of like Q-tip. You could get a Q-tip or you could get just a cotton swab. It's basically a cotton swab, but they definitely were very generous with using tons of Alcantara inside this interior. But going to the business side of things, you do have your Genesis aluminum sill plate. It would have been nice to have carbon fiber, but you do have the aluminum brake pedal and throttle. And then of course, the seats. Those Recaro seats look fantastic. Wait until I show you the back seat. Steering wheel covered in Alcantara with the same contrast stitching. So the cohesive design is there 100%, even on the horn button, and you do have large metal paddles behind the wheel to go up and down that 8-speed automatic, and this does have a digital gauge cluster, of course, just like the current production model. Plus, on top of it, we have all-wheel drive. One thing I want to point out is on the bottom, these have carbon fiber seat rails. So awesome to see the attention of detail that they have in this vehicle. But like I said, this is a 4-door sedan. Let's go ahead, let's check out the back seat and see if they brought the same design to the rear seat passengers. All right, guys, one thing that's great about the Genesis vehicles is that you think about the 4-door usability, but it's not just usability, it's also about sharing the excitement. You know, if you're in a 2-seat sports car, you could bring one friend with you. But with these vehicles, especially this G80, you could bring the performance to extra people, because check out our back seat. Just like the front doors, you have the Alcantara, the orange contrast stitching, the carbon fiber, and then I love the way they did the body color on the back of the Recaros. Really gives you that race car-esque look. As soon as you open up the door, you have your rear AC vents, all of your rear AC controls, and then look at the seats. These seats, specially designed by Recaro with the Genesis designers. Nice high center armrest that's going to have you locked and loaded so that you can enjoy the twisty bits sitting in the back just the same as the people sitting up front. And you do have your required track day Twinkie holder there. So 2 Twinkies in that holder. I know you want to go for a spin in this thing. I promise you I do as well. But we need to wrap it up here from the New York Auto Show, so let's get to it. All right, guys, it's been an exciting time here at the New York Auto Show, especially with what Genesis is bringing with this performance series. But guess what? I have a little bit of a surprise. You think that it's just going to stop with current production models? They are working on the future of what this performance sub-brand is going to be. And as you can see, taken right from a page of Gran Turismo, we see the performance side of things. Couldn't you see this as a Genesis coupe? I could definitely see it. The sleek style, the attention to detail, the lighting. I mean, it's all there from the concept to what you see with the production models. But this is why we love being at these auto shows, is bringing these vehicles. I mean, look at this. You could actually see the upper control arms, just like a race car, all that aerodynamic efficiency, the carbon fiber, the small canopy, and of course, the maximum size wheels with the braking. Absolutely freaking spectacular. And I like the way they put it, nice and prominent, designed by Genesis on that aerodynamic side sill extension, even into the doors. But really, really nice to see Genesis going all in, not just on luxury, not only on performance, but also on style. Let me know what you think. Are you excited? Are you thinking this is going to be better than a BMW M series? Put your response down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raise Rise family. Can't do it without Lori. She is working so hard. Show her some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for busting your butt. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.